discuss out in the game room. We have a special guest in the building today, one of Mr. Mike's friends. Like I said, Mr. Mike's here every Thursday for tennis, and he's going to be bringing some special guests every week to sit and talk with you guys, give a little bit of their experiences, answer any questions you may have, and also teach you a few things. Like we normally do, we're going to sit back, relax, turn our listening ears on, pay attention. Today our guest is Judge Keller. Yes. Welcome, Judge. Thank you. Thank you. The floor is yours.
All right, let's give Judge Keller a big hand first.
I'm very impressed that you've got quiet all of a sudden. I don't know. What did you do? How do you get them to do that?
Practice.
Great. All right. Well, were any of you...
I can't see him.
I work with Judge Strecker, so maybe I'll try to talk a little bit more about myself. And do you remember Judge Strecker? Mike told me he thought his mother. Oh, wow, that's pretty good. But in fact, Judge Strecker, his offices are right across the hall from mine. I've been a judge for almost 24 years. Yeah, that's pretty long. And I grew up in Muhlenberg Township. You guys know where Muhlenberg is? That's a suburb a little bit north of Reading. I went to Albright College. Albright, right? Okay. And I went to law school in Washington, D.C. That was pretty neat. 3 years down there in a different type of city than what Reading is. And then I came back to Reading. I was in the DA's office, the district attorney's office. I was a county solicitor. I was a family court judge. And then I got elected judge in 1989. And I've been doing that since then. I primarily do criminal cases now. This is anything from disorderly conduct, stealing things, that type of thing, to murder cases. I get to see an awful lot of what's happening mainly in the city, the county, and I don't have to tell you some of it's not good. But we try, and I've been trying for 20-some years to make things better for kids like you and for everybody else. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. What we try to do is work with what I've seen happen over the years is that we try to come together as a system to work with the young, mainly the young people. When you get to be older, it's tough to work with the 18, 19, 20-year-olds. We try to work with them so that they turn away from whatever they're doing. And what do you think the main problem is in Reading? I'm going to ask you guys. What's the main problem? What do you think the main problem?
What'd you say? She said we're always fighting.
Yeah. What do you think? Yeah, breaking into homes. Gun stuff. What else? Yeah, that's tough. Yeah. I don't watch. Well, every once in a while I watch TV.
No, do you over?
Hey, what do you think? What do you think the main problem in Reading? Right. Okay. I see Judge Jones around too. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think causes this to happen? What do you think causes people to break into homes, to steal things? Their life's not right. Yeah. Well, why do you think their life isn't right? This young man has hit the nail on the head. The main problem that I see day in and day out of the people that come into me are drugs. Whether it's heroin, cocaine, that's what does it. They get, and I'm sure you guys are aware, you know that's going on. You can't be the best person you can be if you're strung out on drugs. You can't be a good mother, you can't be a good father, you can't be a good teacher, you can't be a good anything if you're on drugs. And what happens is people, they need their drugs. They get, it's like, you know, cigarette smoking is a habit. It's a habit that you have to, well, drugs are just that way. You get one cigarette, you want your drugs, you want your drugs. So what they do is they go out and they break into buildings, they steal things from the stores, they steal from the buildings, people, they rob people, knife point. So it all comes back in my mind. People that I see, those young people that we finally get them off their drugs, they're okay, they're decent people. But it's the drugs that does something to them that's not good at all. It's very bad. So we need to constantly try to find a way to, number one, keep people from doing the drugs. So I looked at the website here, and this is supposed to teach you how, for lifelong lessons in building character and leadership abilities. The main thing is just stay away from drugs, please, 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 please. No matter what, okay? Because you may think that, okay, I'm going to be able to handle that stuff. You're not going to be able to handle that stuff. Believe me. And once you start down that road, it's not going to be easy to stop you. That slippery slide down that slope. And I see basically decent people, when they get sober, they mess up their lives and mess up other people's lives. And what do I have to do with them then? Well, I try to help them, but what else do I do with them if they mess up? I put them in jail. And I put them in jail sometimes for a long period of time because sometimes that's all we can do. Yes, young man.
Judge Carter went to our school.
Okay, well, yes. Some of our judges do that. I've done that in the past, but maybe not your school, but yes.
Do you see these drivers?
Years and years ago, I used to have truck drivers, yes. That's a different problem. Yeah, it's a problem. Oh, that's very expensive. You got a DUI. That costs an awful lot. Give me a couple $1,000. Costs and all the fees and everything. Well, I've sentenced people to death. And I've sentenced people to life in prison. Now, these people are not good people. They killed people. It's in 24 years, I've seen an awful lot. I used to have black hair. What happened to my hair? No, I didn't die. No, it turned red.
Now, probably also, and Judge, would you agree or not agree to that? The reason these people have done these things is probably because they didn't have the proper education. So can you talk to the kids a little bit about education?
If number one rule is staying away from drugs, and the second rule is stay in school. Okay? So many times I see good people, and they're older, and they just can't get it. They can't get things going in their life, and I look at them, they dropped out of school. They didn't stay in school. They didn't stay in school. You've got to stay in school. You've got to get an education. If you get an education, then you've got one leg up on being a successful person in life. I told you I went to Muhlenberg, I went to Muhlenberg High School, I went to Albright College, I went to law school. money and effort, but that's one way you get ahead in life, that you're able to do things that are really good for you and yourself and your family and your neighbors and your community, is if you get an education. The other thing is, find something you really, really like to do. Whatever it is. If it's being an artist, if you like to paint, or if you like to play the guitar, or whatever you like to do. If you like to fiddle around with wood or something, I don't know, or read books. Whatever you like to do, whatever is your passion, stick with it. Find a way to find something you love to do and really, really hang on to that and work at it and really, and that way, you know what? I've worked 24 years in judge, almost 40 years as a lawyer, but I love the law. That's what I love to do. That's my passion. So even though I have some gray hair, it's something that I love to do. So find something you love to do, whatever it is. Play tennis. If you love playing tennis, make that your passion and stick with it. That's wonderful. Yes?
Judge, how about talking to William Jordan about decision making decisions, and maybe hanging out with the wrong crowd. Now, even if you may not have been part of that, which did that, how much trouble you can get?
Oh, you can get in big trouble if it was part of the group that did something bad. You've got to make, when I'm talking to you about your passion, that's something you decide that you like. You've got to make some decisions about what you're going to do in your life, everyday life, every situation in your life. You're going to be with friends, you're going to be with people that maybe you're not are really good friends with, but you're part of a group. It's still a decision that you make to do whatever you're going to do. Don't let the group decide what you're going to do, because you'll end up, if it's something that's not good, you'll end up in trouble as well. We have something called, in the law, it's the conspiracy, that you can be responsible for whatever else everybody else did if you're part of that group. And you asked me about, the longest time. I sentenced who was a young man who was a 15-year-old at the time. He was a lookout for a robbery of a convenience store where the clerk was killed. And he's now doing life in prison because he got caught up with these people that said, all you have to do is look out for us. Just look out for the police. It was his decision. He was involved in it. But he's paying the penalty. So you've got to make your own decisions about what you do in life. That's so important.
Yes, choices are important, and you are only as good as the company that you keep, and that definitely is for sure. Now, Judge, you sentence people to prison. Can you tell them a little bit about what that prison is like and what actually goes on in it?
Well, you spend most of your time in a cell. It's a very small area. You'll probably have a roommate which you don't like. You may not like that person, whether you spend all the time with it. You get only a certain very short period of time where you go out, and in any area like this, you might get an hour a day that you're out doing something other than sitting in your cell. If you're a bad prisoner, they'll feed you your food underneath their door. I've seen prisons where the people are really bad, and that's how they feed them. They shove the tray of food under the door. You don't get out of that little cell very much at all. And if you're sentenced to 5 years and you have to do 5 years, that's where you basically spend your time, in that little cell. other people before for the nature of the way they killed somebody was maybe a torture type of situation, something that was really, really bad, you know. And see, I don't decide that. In Pennsylvania, a jury decides whether the sentence should be death or life if it's a murder situation. But I impose it. I actually pronounce the sentence. I tell them that's what the sentence is. And that's a significant thing for me to do. Yes.
What do you do with like little kids that drop out of school? Like kids?
Well, what do you do with them? I know. What should I do with little kids that drop out of school? Well, we're trying to get them to go back in, and you know, that's it. You've got to stay in school. If you drop out, what usually happens is they just fall behind. They don't develop any skills. They might be able to take a GED class and get an equivalent degree, and then use that. But truancy thing, there's a whole bunch of, that's a whole thing. We have problems with that. I don't know. We have truancy people in the schools trying to work on that. Yes.
Did someone escape out of jail once?
Oh yeah, sometimes they escape. It doesn't happen too often. And they catch them. Eventually people get caught. You know what? Sometimes I have these crimes that people are in front of me because when they come up, they got stopped at the stop for going through a stoplight or something like that, and they don't give their right name. If their name is Joe Smith, they say they're Michael Jones. Well, you know what? Eventually the police find out they're, you know, Joe Smith, and that's another crime. And honestly, you're talking about, you know, your own decisions, watch who you are friends with, and be honest with yourself and with everybody, because honesty is the best policy. It gets you in trouble. Because first of all, once you start lying, you got to remember your lies. That's tough to do, don't you think? It's far easier just to tell the truth. Let's go, man.
Is it true that you say guilty and not guilty?
Well, sometimes they have me do the case, and yes, that would happen. But usually, you know what a jury is? A jury is 12 people that come in, they're adults, and they hear the case, they hear the testimony about what happened, and then they decide whether someone is guilty or not. And they all have to agree. So if you take 12 of you, you all have to agree someone is guilty or someone is not guilty.
Some of you might even, when you grow up, might even serve on juries or grand juries. So it's a rare opportunity where you get to see how the system works, how the court system works, and you get to decide whether somebody is guilty or not guilty based upon the evidence given to you.
I'm got to tell you, I'm so happy to be asked to be here, because all the time I see some people that are not very good people and some youngsters that aren't that great youngsters, and you guys are just wonderful. No, not good. Not good. Yes, sir. Yes.
I want to drink. What's a drink?
We have any more questions from Judge Keller?
No.
Yes, David.
Well, that's true.
Now, did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? Did you miss it up? He said if the kids don't go to school, does their mom go to jail?
Well, it starts as a fine, but it can, if it continues to happen, then the parents can go to jail. It starts as a fine. You're right. It starts as a fine, but it can go to
see somebody shot a cop?
He said, did you ever see somebody who shot a cop?
Oh, yes.
Now, let me tell you, that's not a good thing. If you shot a cop, that's not a very good thing. Cops are our public service. They are to protect us in society. And there's no reason that anybody should shoot a cop or do anything to a cop, because a cop is here to help, a policeman is here to help protect and serve. Okay? And if you're ever out on the street or somebody is doing something to you, inappropriately touching you, telling you to do stuff, you should go to your parents, and if you see a policeman, tell a policeman. Okay, couple more
One
questions.
last question, guys. Annalise?
Jaywalkers. Well, we have actually, see, I'm a judge on what's called a common pleas judge. We have 13 of us, and there are district justices. They're scattered throughout the city and throughout the county, and they handle those kinds of like traffic tickets and jaywalking things. So those judges would do that kind of thing. So now I haven't done it.
All right.
Now the answer.